You are Locked On Astros Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh, big bad Jon coming through in the clutch for the Houston Astros tonight as they find their way to a victory on a night where it looked like it was not going to be the most fun result out there against the Los Angeles Angels. The offense was optional the entire night. They had plenty of opportunity in the game with guys on base, but they just did not seem to find any kind of sustained success throughout the baseball game tonight. But eventually, they found their way, which you would expect them to do against a team, well, in those Angels that we all know is not very good, has no incentive to win at this stage of the season, and is playing a bunch of guys that, aren't necessarily big-time major league players. Hello, and welcome to the Locked On Astros Postcast here tonight. I am your host, Michael Connor. Appreciate you guys stopping by on a Thursday night to say hello, watch the show, and celebrate another win. The Astros continue to creep closer to an American League West title. With the win tonight, they are on their way to possibly winning the American League West by the end of this weekend. We will see if that happens. But you know what? You got to take care of your own business first. The Mariners did win today, but the Astros have a 5-game lead now with 9 games to play. The series against Seattle next week is in all likelihood not going to matter once again, which is fine with me, Just fine with me. I can live with that series possibly meaning nothing. I can live with the fact that the Astros can crush the Los Angeles Angels a bunch of times. And right now, that's a good thing for this Astros club. They're absolutely rolling in terms of taking care of this Angels team. And even on a night where it wasn't great, the offense wasn't great, they find a way to win. That's all that matters, right? Win number 83 of the season for the Astros now this year, 83-70. They've got how many games left they had to play? I said they have 9 games left to play. So, yeah, need to go take 7 or 9. Let's just say that. Now, look, we'll get into some of the offense tonight as we move along. It's not great right now. Bregman hasn't been great lately. Jordan hasn't been great. Tucker has had flashes since he's been back, but hasn't had sustained success yet. I didn't expect him to come back in and be like gangbusters, because the guy sat out for 3 months or whatever and didn't even play a rehab game. He just went right back into it. Yainer Diaz has been terrible lately. There's no other way around it. Last 5-6 games, he's been awful. When he's bad, too, he's bad. Luckily for the Astros, he runs fast down the line for a catcher and runs hard, and he avoided the double play there, which was a big thing. And it actually didn't it's not that it didn't matter. It mattered, but, the Astros also had the issue of Jeremy Pena hitting a little dribbler there just out of the out of the box, and standing there. I love that. Jeremy Pena runs harder than anybody on this team, but if you semi put it in play, you think it's possible, run. Just saying, just run. But that's been a bat too that hasn't been great in Jeremy Pena. He had a good series last weekend against the Angels. So hopefully he'll have a good series here, but not a great series against the Padres. Did have a couple hit, or at least one double in that series. Look, the Astros only run on the night before Jon Singleton did what he did was Victor Caratini. And Victor Caratini's been about as consistent as it gets. We have not talked enough about Victor Caratini throughout the season. He doesn't have a ton of at-bats. I think he's just now, I'll pull up his number. I believe it's just now at the 200 mark on the season in terms of at-bats. Now, he missed time, and he doesn't play every day. So you don't expect him to have a ton of them. But he's got 213 at-bats. He's a career 241 hitter. This year he's hitting 272, 6 home runs, 24 runs batted in. He's been an awesome pickup. Just perfect. Honestly, perfect. The only thing he can't really do very well is throw guys out. He's a better receiver back there than Yainer is. He's a better blocker. Like Yainer Diaz is atrocious at blocking the ball behind the plate. It's bad. He's not the worst. I shouldn't call him atrocious. He's not good. It's not. I can't crush him all the time because he's played so much. But still, it's an effort thing half the time. Getting your body in front of it, doing the things you need to do as a catcher. Sometimes Yainer doesn't do those things. But Caratini, it seems like every time that they have a game that he's in, he's getting on base somehow. I just feel like basically for the most part, I know that there's games that he doesn't, but it just always feels like he does something when he's in the lineup. A great addition to this club this season. Big time difference maker when he has played this year, which is all you're asking for. He's having a career year, and he's been a borderline starter once, I think, twice. He's had some seasons where he started probably more games than anybody else on his team. And this is, you just go back. It's his second best season, at least offensively. His third year in the league with the Cubs. He had a really good year. Had a 795 OPS. This year he's got a 746, which is his second highest of his career. So just want to, again, give the credit where it's due. We love to come on here and, look, I do it. You do it. Everybody likes to do it. Excuse me. The yawns just kicked in. It's 9:52. I haven't been up since 5 a.m. today. I'm wondering why I'm tired at this point of the day. But just Caratini in general, just a really good addition by Dana Brown. And I don't know if anybody else caught it the other day when Jeff Bagwell, we got stuck listening to him do games or whatever. And he's over here trying to take credit for it. Yeah, we've had our eye on Caratini for a long time. Okay, Jeff. Okay, buddy. Get out of here. Don't need to hear from you anymore. Let's talk about Yusei Kikuchi. I bet Jeff Bagwell will probably take credit for wanting to get him too. That's what Jeff Bagwell does. Let's go ahead and, man, it feels so dirty to talk about Hall of Famer like the way I do, but when it comes to getting involved in baseball operations, it just drives me absolutely nuts. Let's talk about Yusei Kikuchi. Well, the Astros are going to keep him because all they do is win when he pitches. We'll talk about that next. For most of you that like collecting cards, the idea of spending $2,000 or more on a King Griffey Jr. rookie card or a Babe Ruth card, whatever it might be, just isn't in the cards for you. Everybody loves collecting, but that's some serious money to drop. Thanks to slab packs from arenaclub.com, now it's possible to score gem mints for a fraction of their retail price. Every card that I listed, or you can list too, has hit from the last weeks on Arena Club slab pack drop. Arena Club is the only repack that provides real value, a complete view of all possible cards, and clear hit rates for each one. Arena Club slab packs are revolutionizing the repack game with transparency. After your pulls are revealed, they'll immediately be placed in your showroom for safekeeping, selling, trading, or auction. The Arena Club grading process is accurate, fast, and transparent with a full grade rationale provided and explanation of how your card was scored. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or displaying, Arena Club is the card collecting platform you have to check out. Right now, you can get 10% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com arenaclub.com/lockedon and use code LockedOnMLB. It's arenaclub.com/lockedonMLB, code LockedOnMLB for 10% off your first purchase. Locked On Astros Postcast. After an Astros victory tonight, thank you for stopping by and joining us. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know we're creeping close to the 2,000 subscriber mark, and I appreciate you guys. Like, we're super close. We're 8 away. 8 away. Are there 8 new people here that would be willing to hit the subscribe button to come back and look at my beautiful beard? I'll give you that. My receding hairlines, that's another story. But come on back. Tomorrow is my birthday. Give me a gift. No, I'm not one of those people. I just said it, though. So maybe I am one of those people. I'm not one of those people. The Astros win tonight. And by the way, if you're looking for this show on podcast, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And you could come back whenever, like I mentioned, or you could find this show anywhere that you get your podcast. Search for Locked On Astros, and you will go ahead and get yourself this show, plus the Locked On Astros show, which is Brett and Eric covering your Astros on a daily basis as well. They do a fantastic job. So, again, watch this show, watch that show. And by the way, you guys are awesome. We're already 5 away. 5 away. I don't know if you can see that. 1995. You got 5 more to go. 5 more subscribers for 2,000. This channel, I just looked at it earlier today, for real. This channel we started this with Locked On. They called me in, I think it was late March, and I am very grateful for them calling me. And then we started April the 7th is when we got this channel started. And it's the end of baseball season, and we're hitting 2,000 subscribers. I am so appreciative of it. But again, this channel isn't just the Astros. We got Rockets, we got Texans, we got Cougs this weekend. Cougs game, I will let you guys know. It might be up in the air for me Saturday with it being a little bit earlier start. My new world of life, which again is not on the radio for those of you that are new. I've been on the radio for years, doing Astros, doing Rockets, whatever. I'm no longer on the radio. I've got a different professional life now. I might have an obligation Saturday morning that will keep me from doing the Cougs game Saturday. But again, I'll let you know. Astros Saturday night, Astros Sunday after we do the Texans. We'll be busy. We will be busy on this channel. No doubt about that. But also, again, we do all those games, not just the Astros. The guy on the mound tonight, Yusei Kikuchi, was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Again, and it brings up the questions of, are they going to think about keeping Yusei Kikuchi? I've already apologized multiple times to Yusei Kikuchi. It was never about Yusei Kikuchi. It was always about the price of a 3-month rental. Now, if the 3-month rental, as I've always stated, even the day that I said it when I was mad about it, and that show's back there, you can always go back and find it. They don't get deleted. I'm never going to delete anything I said because I said it in the moment because that's what I believed in the moment because that's what I felt because I speak with my emotions like all of you. And I try to be logical with it. It's okay still to this day, even with him being as productive as he's been with the Astros, to look back on the trade and go, they still overpaid for him. Because you have to go with the circumstance at the time of he had been bad for the Blue Jays all season long. He's a rental, and you gave up 3 prospects for him. For a rental. Not even the best pitcher on the market. But this is where you and I don't get to know the inside workings of the advanced scouting that these teams do on other players. And they identified something with Yusei Kikuchi, and a lot of it is pitch usage and sequencing and game planning. And you say, hey, you do this instead of this, we believe your numbers are going to look like this. Guys buy in, guys try it out, guys get success, and then it's, oh my goodness, a light bulb goes off the whole time. So, he's been a great addition to this baseball club. It's represented by Scott Boras. Astros got their own dealings to deal with Scott Boras this offseason when it comes to Alex Bregman, which actually we'll talk about that in just a little bit for a few minutes, because I don't know if you guys saw the quotes from Jose Altuve. Wonder if it's going to change anything. I really do. He swings a pretty big stick in this organization. You know, it's the first time I think he's publicly really been like saying something about a player possibly leaving and not wanting it to happen. So again, we'll talk about that in a minute. But if you're the Astros and you've seen what he's done, and I know that next year you can hope. You know, Javier's not coming back next year to start. If he's coming back at all, it's coming back late in the season, I would assume, to like be in the bullpen or something. You know, Luis Garcia, he's going to pitch next year, it sounds like. I don't think Lance McCullers ever pitches again. That's just me. I think he's done. But I think he's going to sit on the active roster the entire time because he wants to collect all this money, which I don't blame him for. I would probably do the same thing. You'll have Verlander being a free agent. You'll be saying goodbye to him, which, fine with it. There's no need to bring him back. You're going to have options starting pitching-wise. You know, Spencer Arrighetti has kind of pitched his way into, I think. I do wonder how that's going to go for him. If there was a big trade out there that the Astros wanted to make this offseason, I could see him being part of a package just because he's got years of control and people would want him. Oh, and I can't forget Urquidy as well. I mean, but he's done. He's done for most of the season next year too. But I could see Spencer Arrighetti being part of a package. I don't think it's happening, but I could see it. It all depends on what Kikuchi's getting. The way he's pitched for the Astros down the stretch, he's earned himself more money. He's coming off of a 3-year, $36 million deal. I think he's how old? 30? He's mid-30s at this point. These guys pitch, up to 40. That's not pitching is not a problem. He's 33. He'll be 34 in the middle of the next season. I'm sure there's a little bit of motivation for him to come back to Houston, just because he's never had success like this at the big league level with anybody, with either Seattle or Toronto. He's had moments. We've seen him in the past. He's pitched against the Astros in the past where he had games where he was just downright awesome. But he's made 9 starts for the Astros now, has Kikuchi. The team is 9-0. He is, as his personal record, is 5-0 with a flat 3 ERA, 54 innings pitched, 68 strikeouts, 13 walks, and I always bring it up. Look at the number of hits he's giving up. It has decreased so much from what he was giving up when he was with Toronto. Really in the last 2 years. I mean, really his entire career. His rate of hits given up and his batting average against is always insanely high. The batting average against every year. 295, 238, 243, 243, 255, 247. This year when he was with Toronto, it was 272. And now in 9 starts with the Astros, his batting average against is 189. It's no longer a small sample size. It's 9 starts. It's basically the same thing, rinse and repeat every time that he goes out. He's going to work into the 6th, and he's going to give you a chance to win. Here's his run totals given up in all of his Astros starts. 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 4. But he still got through 6 in that one. 3, 1. And he's gone at least 5 2/3 and 5 1/3 in every start. And the rest of them were all 5 2/3 or more. In 8 of the 9. And he's now on a stretch where he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4 straight starts of going 6. At least 6. He's pitching in the postseason for you. He's pitching game number 3, I would assume. I still think Hunter Brown's going to get the nod for game 2 because he's been great this season as well. It's a great spot to be in, to have multiple guys that you could say, hey, I can give him game 2 or game 3 and be happy with either decision. And if he goes in the postseason and pitches like he has this regular season, you say Kikuchi's made himself even more money. I'll say right now, I think I should keep him. I am down with he being calculated on it. I don't think you get crazy. If he goes out and he gets I'm trying to think of a lefty off my head that's gotten great money in recent years. How about Patrick Corbin when he went to the Washington Nationals? Let's pull up his contract real quick here for you on the fly. Patrick Corbin. Now, he was an all-star a couple of times before he went over there, and his career numbers were better, slightly better probably than Kikuchi's were when he went to where he's at now. Corbin Burns. What's this guy's name again? I forget. Patrick Corbin. I looked him up. Patrick Corbin for 2012 to 2018. This is a left-handed starter with the Diamondbacks for those years. Went 56 and 54 with a 3.91 ERA. Kikuchi, ERA is higher, but with all these years leading up, he's got a career ERA of 4.6, and he's 41 and 46. Strikeout numbers are good, 820 and 797 innings. Burns at the time was 897 in 945 innings. And he got a very nice contract from the Washington Nationals. It was a 6-year, $140 million deal. And he also, I believe, is represented by Scott Boras. No, he's actually not represented by Scott Boras. That's on me. I think it could kind of be the spot where he's looking. Maybe not 140, but he's probably getting 5 for 100 somewhere. The question is, are you comfortable going to that range for him? I don't know. I haven't decided. I leave myself the ability to have some time to think on how I want to spend Jim Crane's money. But I think you might want to keep him. Just saying. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the upcoming AL West title that is coming to the Astros. And I do want to bring up that those quotes from Jose Altuve talking about Alex Bregman. We'll do that next here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Let me tell you right now about FanDuel. You've heard us talk a lot about FanDuel. It's America's #1 sports book. Well, we have something a little different for you. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with a YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com to download America's #1 sportsbook. Locked On Astros Postcast for a little bit longer here on a, what night is it? I just said this a minute ago. Thursday night. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. We're 4 away. 4 away. Are there 4 people out there that are new, that haven't hit the subscribe button, that will hit it and get us to 2,000 subscribers tonight? I'd appreciate it. It'd be great. You guys have grown the channel so quickly. Go ahead and do that. The Astros won tonight. They creep another game closer to an American League West title. They remain 5 games ahead of the Mariners, who also won tonight. The Astros now 83 and 70 on the season. I mentioned it a moment ago. Before, let's talk about that title. If you didn't see the story from Chandler Rome at The Athletic, it talks about the future of Alex Bregman. And the future of Alex Bregman is, of course, something we've gone back and forth with, all season long. It's another core piece of a championship window that could possibly be walking out the door. And I know that we've gone back and forth on it. Of quite a bit early in the season. He didn't look like anybody that you wanted to keep. He's played a lot better of late or later in the season. Not of late. Lately, he's not been great. But I thought that these comments, come on. I hate the Athletics website. I have the Athletic. I pay you people money. And it keeps telling me I need to pay for it. I just got the bill for it the charge went through for it on the other day. My wife yelled at me because I forgot to turn it off and get rid of it this year. Sorry, Chandler Rome, I love you. The price on it is insane for that website. I have to pull it up on my phone because it tells me on my phone, or on my phone it's always logged in for some reason. It doesn't kick me off. I don't get it. But Jose Altuve has never really said much when it comes to other players, possibly leaving. Altuve said this week about Bregman, I don't see any chance of him leaving. That might just be me, or that might be just me. I really think that at the end of the season, our front office people, GM and ownership, are going to get a deal done for him. I'm sure that we are not only a better team with him, but we are a better organization with him. We really need to make it happen. There's a few other quotes in here, but that was really the money quote from all this. He also went on to say, I don't control the money. I get it. But the truth of the matter is that Jose Altuve, in my opinion, what he says and when he says something publicly matters a lot. He never got too overly vocal even during the Correa stuff, which I always go back to. If you're ever going to keep a player and it's based on future, which, again, Correa's constantly hurt. I get it. At the time, Correa was still young. Bregman's not young. Bregman's going to be 31. It just depends on the years. But I do think that Jose Altuve, what he says, has a little bit of weight to it. And I think that Jim Crane will hear it. And I personally know from other negotiations that they've had in the past that I've talked to people about, that some player input at certain times in some of these has kind of pushed the decisions to happen. Altuve saying anything publicly, which is not like him, I think speaks a lot. We'll see. The bar's been set with the Matt Chapman contract. We talked about that. 6 years, 151 or whatever it is. Bregman's getting at least that. See how much more. Scott Boras, also the agent for Matt Chapman as well, did well there for his client who wanted to stay in the Bay Area with the Giants. Creeping closer to this division title. It's going to be nice. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm ready to celebrate it. I'm ready to we're still going to do the games. Say they clinch the division this weekend or Monday. The games are still going to happen. We're still going to do the shows. But it's meant to be. And I'm just ready for it. I know you guys are ready for it as well. Tomorrow night, they do it again. Game number 2 of this 4-game series this weekend. Justin Verlander. Can he right the ship? We'll see. I don't have a lot of faith in it right now. He's 4-6 with a 5.20 ERA. Tyler Anderson, 10-13 with a 3.6 ERA for the Angels. After the game ends, we'll be with you live, of course, right here on this channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday night. Please hit the subscribe button. We're still 3 away, 3 from 2,000. Make it happen, people. I believe in you, and I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow night on the Locked On Astros Postcast.